Hello everyone, welcome back to another Transformers review. Doing something a little bit different on this review with a G2 figure. It's one of the 1992 released Predator figures, and it's a European only, I think, release, maybe in Japan as well. And this particular figure is called Falcon. He's, as you can see, modelled on a stealth bomber, one of the smaller stealth fighter bombers. Quite a nice detailing, some nice sticker applications and nice moulding lines picked out on him there. A little bit clunkier from underneath, and obviously some robot kibble under there. Did come with a landing gear at the front there and at the rear, the two there. And a sort of kind of bit of G2 light piping around the cockpit area. But yeah, a nice alt mode, quite a good jet. Did have the additional feature as well with the Predators of having the fold down, if I can get it to come out, the fold down part at the back there, which when you use it with Sky Stalker, or I believe it's Stalker, you see the image inside their target sight parts. Can't quite make that out what that is. It's one of the, obviously one of the Autobots from that period they're pretending to target, which is quite a nice little feature. It's a good little gimmick and does work quite well with the other figures. I'll transform him now and show you him in his robot mode. First of all, you flip up his front landing gear, get it out of the way, and then you bring these sections round, which are his legs, and they just fold straight round like so. Now the landing gear fold up into the leg, and that reveals his feet, so like so. And then there's a sliding joint, which is that screw there, and if you push this part down, then it frees up the whole top section to snap at that point there and flip over. It's a little bit temperamental, it's a little bit stiff with age as well, but there you go, and it flips around. Now that reveals obviously his head and arms all in one hit. His arms have got articulation at the shoulder, but again you can hear quite stiff joints, plastic joints. He can hold the launcher, the G2 launcher, which fires these green missiles, but I won't put it in his hand. I tried before I started this review, and it's just a little bit tight, and I don't want to risk breaking the pin off on that, because it's obviously the gold plastic syndrome on these. So going back to the actual figure himself, the Falcon, quite a nice Decepticon alt mode. It's very G1 jetish. Good light piping, even in just the light in the background is picking that out great. So you can see his eyes really do light up great on that, and a really good head sculpt as well on that. But yeah, a really nice figure. A little bit clunky on the back there with plain kibble, but not bad. You could almost imagine that in the cartoons. Pity the tail fin didn't sort of fold up back on itself, but again, back in the days of G1 and G2, this is pretty good really. But yeah, a really nice little figure, well worth picking up if you can find one cheap and in as good condition as this. Is definitely one I'd suggest getting. He looks really good on display, and it's just, you know, it's just something about him that's just really nice. Really sort of like takes you back to the G1, G2 sort of era, and unlike sort of like the other reviews I've done sort of like recently of the Run Amok and Runabout, they were the poorer figures that Hasbro produced at that sort of period of time, where as you got into the G2 era, sorry, the I think they sort of used their imagination a little bit more in how to transform the figures and how to hide parts and make the robot figure that just a little bit more anatomically correct, I suppose, so it wasn't so clunky. But yeah, a really good figure, and one I'd highly recommend if you can find a good one. I hope you've enjoyed that review, and I shall see you again for another Transformers review.